Hackers are claiming to have stolen the personal data of 8,000 children from the nursery chain Kiddo. This is both one of the most egregious hacks we've seen in recent history and another example of why we should be opposing the digital ID plan. So the hacker group Radiant say they're behind this and that they are ransoming the data. Now, it's unclear whether they got in through Kiddo directly or through third parties, but the latter is far worse, and we'll come back to that. If Radiant have what they say they do, then it includes children's names, addresses, photos, and even safeguarding notes. And to prove they aren't bluffing, the hackers have already published 10 children's profiles on the dark web. And of course, they're threatening to release more if their demands aren't met. This sort of thing puts a pit in the stomach of parents, trust me. But I want to do my best to take the emotion out of this and look at the problem pragmatically. Ransomware hacks and exploits for ransom will target victims that can yield the highest returns. And sometimes that will be wealthy institutions like Harrods, which we've just seen, and sometimes it will be leveraging fear and pressure. This case is clearly the second of the two, and reports suggest the hackers have even contacted the parents directly to try and encourage pressure on Kiddo. The problem is, the hackers say they got in through third-party systems, like the childcare software service Family, though Family deny it. Many nurseries use the software Family, so if this were the case, and we don't know it is, then the exposure could be far worse than the already horrific 8,000 children. And this brings us to the problem of large, centralized databases of private data. Labour's digital ID system, if fleshed out into what is implied it could become, would be the perfect honeypot for hacks. Yes, cybersecurity ought to always be high priority, and this nursery hack does raise that question. But when it comes to the entire population, the best defense is to not centralize the data to begin with. This year, we've seen MOD contractors, retailers, and now even nurseries hacked. So a centralized digital ID and all the data that creates ought to be out of the question.